Good morning, Strake Jesuit. I'm Beck Haston. Today's Wednesday, March 24th, feast day of St. Aldemar, and a Flex Wednesday on your schedule. We've got a riveting show coming up for you today. First, we'll hear our weekly update on SJ Sports as we return from spring break. Next, an episode of SJet in Focus that certainly cuts to the point. And finally, we'll end with episode 8 of The Hot Seat. Without further ado, let's hand it over to Crusader Sports Network's Sports Desk to catch up on the latest sports news as we return from the break.
Welcome to another edition of CSN Sports Desk. I'm Will Turboff. That is Diego Sanchez. The winter season for sports is wrapping up, and there's a team that is on fire right now.
Absolutely. With the help of Christian Moreno's goal, soccer clinched the district last week with a win against Elsik in a very tight game. They're going to move on to play Clear Creek in the first round of the playoffs on Thursday. Unfortunately, it's an away game, so we can't bring you the live action on CSN, but make sure to show up to the stadium, cheer them on. I've been saying it since the very first day of the season. This team is gunning for the state title.
Yeah, make sure to show out for that one. And a team that we will be broadcasting for the rest of the year is baseball. They kept competing over spring break. They've got 3 games this week. One of them was last night. They've had strong seasons from Garrett Stratton, Trey Duffield, and many more on that team. We are very excited to see what these guys can do. Shortened season last year.
Absolutely, and moving things on over to tennis. Before the spring break, the JV and varsity teams were led by the legendary coach and calculus genius, Mr. Oman. They defeated Stratford 21 matches to 3, led by Reed Hightower, Rowan Matarin, and Faisal El-Medine. And all these guys had great performances, really representing the Crusaders well. Yeah,
and guess what, Diego? Because SJ Aquatics is still making waves. This time it's water polo. JV Green continued the domination over Spring Branch ISD. Not Stratford, but it was Memorial High School. They beat them 10-1. They were led by Chris Poisler and John Quickfall VR. As for lacrosse, the Lax Bros over there, varsity recently defeated Kincaid 14-4 with the help of key players Cale Watts, Sean Connolly, and Jack Merle. Jack, if you're watching this, you're my favorite player. As for track and field, SJ finished first in 10 different events at the St. Agnes Relays. Jace Posey, who we've talked about a lot in the last few episodes for basketball, he set a school record for high jump. Leland Smith ran an 11.2800. Gavin Stewart had an impressive 42-foot triple jump. And the 4x200 and the 4x400 teams also finished first. So a lot of domination here for the track and field team.
Track and field, something Strake's known for. Matthew Bowling, does it ring a bell? But yeah, Posey, two-sport athlete. He's absolutely dominating the competition out there. And to finish things off here, golf is very bright in their future. The JV won their final tournament of the season by 22 strokes, and Will Gillette took first place overall. Great performances from these guys.
Yeah, so wrapping up the athletic season here at Strake Jesuit, there has been so many accomplishments for the team. In some other news, rugby recently had a game at a professional stadium. Coach Fikonch will be our new head football coach. Other than that, I think we're good. Make sure to check out CSN Sports Desk every week on the SJ YouTube page going on. And if you're interested in being a part of Sports Desk or any part of Crusader Sports Network, make sure to email us. For Diego Sanchez, I'm Will Turboff. Until next time, this has been CSN Sports Desk.
Thanks, guys. Next up, Jonathan McCool interviews Pablo Granados on SJ in Focus. Let's check it out.
Good morning. Welcome back to SJ in Focus. My name is Jonathan McCool, and today I have with me Pablo Granados. Pablo, introduce yourself, bro.
Hey guys, my name is Pablo Granados. Y'all might have seen me walking around. I'm Mr. Granados' son. She's a Spanish teacher here, and I'm a rugby player.
Beautiful. So you just mentioned rugby. What has rugby meant to you the past few years? Tell me about that.
Well, I started playing in 5th grade, and so since then it's kind of this brotherhood, and you get to meet all these new people, people from around the world, honestly. And it's great because you get all this, you might not talk to this person in school, but then back on practice on the field, it's a whole different environment. And then in the game days, you get to see what all that hard work has done, struggling with your brother, and it helps so much on the field. So that's always a great thing to have, that brotherhood.
The connection, that's beautiful. Beautiful, bro. Everybody needs that in their life, you know.
Exactly.
So last night, or at the time of this recording, it was last night, you played St. Thomas. How did that game go?
So we played St. Thomas at Aviva Stadium, which is the Houston stadium, and we beat them 43-18.
Yeah, wipe the floor.
Wiped the floor. It was a great match.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so I've seen on your on Instagram that you make knives, dude.
I do, yeah. I have a knife business called Rhino Knives, and so it's a small little thing I like doing. It's pretty fun.
Beautiful, beautiful. Can you tell me about it? Like, how much time does a knife take? Like, what does the process look like from a block of steel and a block of wood to like a nicely handle, like fully juiced knife?
Yeah. So I used to cut out the blades myself by hand, which was very difficult, and then you never had the consistency. So now I have a machine shop cut out the blades for me, and they get them shipped back to me. I sharpen them up, heat treat them, put the handles on, and make a Kydex sheath, which are these plastic sheaths that lock. And so I use stainless steel so they don't rust, and I do make custom orders. So I have had a couple customs one from CSGO, the Huntsman, which was all a fun project, and then I made a big bayonet for a reenactment thing, which was awesome as well.
What about chef's knives? Like,
I do make chef's knives. They're usually custom ordered, and those are very difficult to make. They have to be very thin, sharp,
precise.
and you have to worry about warping and everything when you heat treat it. So.
Hey, you might hear from me about those. All right, and so for SJ in Focus, you know, we save the most juicy questions for last. So Pablo, what's your favorite color?
Favorite color has to be green.
Green. Yeah. Beautiful. Good thing we go to Strake. Yeah. And your dream car?
Dream car would be a 1968 blacked out Mach 1 fastback.
Wow, dude, I can hear that engine, bro. Oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so this has been SJ in Focus. My name is Jonathan McCool, and this has been Pablo Granados. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.
Thanks, Pablo. Finally, we have Season 2, Episode 8 of The Hot Seat, featuring none other than Father Waganka, SJ05.
Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 6 of The Hot Seat, a show where we rapid fire questions to get to know our teachers. I'm here with Father Waganka. Who are you?
I am Father Michael Waganka, SJ05.
Where are you from?
I am from Katy, Texas, where it all happens.
How long have you been a Jesuit?
I've been a Jesuit for 16 years.
How'd you find us?
I found us by my brother being at Strake Jesuit 2 years ahead of me and allowing me to get grandfathered in when I wasn't a great student in middle school.
What was your favorite class in high school?
My favorite class in high school was algebra.
What was your least favorite class in high school?
Spanish. Spanish 2, Spanish 3, Spanish 1.
What's the most awkward situation you've ever been in?
I was left alone at a school dance by my date and had to be a wallflower the rest of the time.
What year?
That was sophomore year. A difficult time for all of us.
Yeah. Where'd you go to college?
I went to Fordham University in New York City.
Where'd you want to go to college?
I wanted to go to Notre Dame.
Do you have any hidden talents?
I am really good at spreadsheets. I started investing in mutual funds when I was 13, had a subscription to Fortune magazine. Still like numbers and math and finance and money.
What led you to join the priesthood?
I had a freshman speech teacher who was also a Jesuit priest who became just a good friend to me, a good listener, good counselor. And over the years, I kind of looked at who I wanted to be like, and I thought of him.
What was your favorite part about being a priest?
Definitely celebrating the sacrament of confession.
What was your high school English grade?
Not great. I didn't fall in love with English until college, and so my high school English grade was like B-ish. Volding was a difficult senior teacher, but also very good. Made me love the subject.
What is your favorite song?
Probably Luxury by John Bellion.
What's the worst place you've ever had a cell phone ring?
During the celebration of a sacrament. So Mass, confession, it's all bad. Don't do it. Yeah.
What's your favorite SJ segment?
The Hot Seat with Gabriel Maximus Mount.
That's brutal. What is the quality you admire most in the SJ student body?
I think generosity. I think every time I've given a student a challenge, he's always risen to it, and I'm just very impressed by that.
What's the best PH you've ever given?
I only remember the last PH I gave, which was today, but I forget all the other ones. So yeah, having a phone out in class.
What's your biggest goal?
My biggest goal is to have 10 Kairos retreats next year.
What's your littlest goal?
To make someone laugh right now.
What's your favorite item on the Sage dining menu?
Chicken parm. It's the best.
What's your favorite book?
He Leadeth Me by Walter Chiswick.
Why?
Because it's a story of a missionary Jesuit priest to Russia to just evangelize that country and culture and basically offer himself as sacrifice for the good of other people.
If you could have a conversation with any two people at dinner, who would they be and why?
I would say St. Ignatius of Loyola, because I'd love to meet the founder of my religious order, and there's so many things written about him, and I would love just to have a conversation and be able to have that like firsthand. And then the other person would be Edmund Campion, a Jesuit martyr from England, who would be able to like translate for Ignatius and me.
If you could be any animal, who would it be?
I would definitely be a possum, because I think they're misunderstood, and I connect with possums. They're very cute and faithful, and they don't always hang out upside down. But they can if they have to, and they're not concerned about their appearance when they get older. So,
Do you want a pet possum?
I would love to have a pet possum. I think, I don't know if I could have it long term. Jesuits don't typically have pets, but after a puppy, I think a possum would be a second best.
Okay. Second, really, after a puppy? Yeah.
Definitely not a cat.
No, I actually hate cats. So
I'm not a cat person.
No, me neither. What is the number one thing on your bucket list?
To climb a mountain that's higher than the last mountain I climbed.
How high was?
14,000 feet. Mount Evans in Colorado.
How long did that take?
It took us probably 7 or 8 hours total. We started about 4 a.m. and finished around noon.
How do you get down?
By sliding, scooting on a glacier, and trying not to fall off the cliff.
Like the whole way down?
It was a lot of scooting and sliding, and then eventually hiking for miles and miles.
Okay. If you could relive any day of your life, what day would you pick?
The day of my priestly ordination, because it was just full of joy and people who have loved me over the years. And it was seeing all of these different groups of people that I've known come together for the best day of my life. And I just was filled with gratitude and would love to go back.
What do you do for fun?
I typically just hang out with friends, which sounds kind of lame, but that's actually what I do for fun, and honesty is a good thing. So typically sitting around having conversations, something that's very near and dear to, I think, the heart of most Jesuits, just having conversations with friends and just enjoying each other's company.
What thing can you not live without?
Water.
Okay. What's the best piece of advice you've ever gotten or a lesson you've learned?
Seek to please God and not men.
What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
It is slightly faster than a laden swallow.
Well, thank you, Father Wagenka. And finally, who are you going to nominate for the next episode of The Hot Seat?
I'm going to nominate Mr. Seaman.
Thank you, Strike Jesuit. Have a great day.
Cool. Can we do it again?
You can if you want.
Anything that seemed awkward or badly timed?
No, actually, I thought that was pretty authentic. I thought that was very good. Kind of killed that. Let's go.
Well, that's all the content we have for you today, SJ. We invite you to participate in one of our coming attractions, namely SJet teacher impersonations. Stop by the first floor of AG Hall during B-Lunch April 6th through 9th to participate or watch an impersonation. Sign up by scanning the QR code on your screen. All procedural information can be found there. You don't need to sign up if you only plan on watching. For more SJet content, check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/SJetNews, where we also live stream all new CSN sports content and post all new SJet advisory shows. Our next show will be released on April 14th to an advisory near you. Until then, I'm Beck Hassan. Thanks for watching and have a great day.